Okay, you guys, thank you all so much for being here this morning. It's the last day of March before we go into April, so woo! And I think Carolyn's got a family member with a birthday tomorrow, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some alternate nostril breathing this morning to start. So just let your hands come to rest on top of the thighs. Let everything get nice and comfy and cozy. Please feel free to do as much adjustment as possible. I am learning how to actually sit on my ischial tuberosities. I got called out last week for being having an anterior rotation to my pelvis and not a neutral pelvis. So yes, even the teachers get called out on when they think that they're doing something and they're not. I thought I was neutral. The physical therapist looked at me and went, no. And I'm like, but I'm slumping. And she's like, no. She finally, I couldn't believe her. It's like she finally had to take a picture and everything was like right in line. And I'm like, oh, a little bit of proprioceptive work, I guess. Go team. So this is me now getting to practice sitting on my sits bones. Go team. All right. So what everybody just go ahead, take a moment, let your eyes close. Check in and just observe how your body's feeling today. Take a moment, if it's neck and shoulders that is a little bit grumpy, to just kind of draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Allow them to relax. Gently, rather than pushing them down from the top, pull them down just a little bit from the bottoms of the shoulder blades down towards the waist. Let that relax. Take a moment if you need to gently alternate a little bit side to side once again, making sure that your sits bones are pointing down towards the earth. So today, because it's been a while, we're going to go ahead and start with some alternate nostril breathing. We'll start by closing off the right nostril, and it will be start with an inhale in through the left nostril. So when you're ready, it's your choice of fingers. Go ahead and block off the right nostril. And when you're ready, slow, steady inhale through the left. At the top of the inhale with the left, gently block off the left nostril. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. When you get to the top of your breath, gently press the right nostril, releasing the left. Exhale down through the left. Inhale through the left. Gently block off the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Gently block off the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Block off the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Okay, we're getting ready to return to where we start as you exhale through the right. I'd like you to do another 3 complete rounds, and then do 3 rounds of just diaphragmatic breath. At the end of that, place your hands over your heart. Okay, guys. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move into our sound and our tone, our frequency. Reading in preparation today, discovered that it's really interesting. Physicists are now starting to find that the universe and everything is bound together with sound. So in that space of creating a sense of balance and unity within ourselves, and then also connecting into the greater sense of balance and unity that surrounds us. Let's go ahead and sing today the sound of awe, then the sound of O, and then the sound of And on your 4 silent breath, let's set our intent for what we need most or desire most from both our practice today and our day. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. When you're ready, gently, slowly release your hands. Let them turn palms facing down. With your eyes still closed, what I'd like us to do from here is just a very gentle cow and cat through the middle of the body. And as we do this cow and cat, I want you to feel this just very gentle movement that happens through the spine, happens all the way down through the pelvis so that you can feel a very gentle rocking all the way down through your sits bone. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale and gently squeezing through the glutes if you need to. Gently engage through that low back, and I want you to feel the belly open towards the front. And then as you exhale, I want you to very gently, slowly roll back through the backs of the sits bones, possibly all the way towards the tailbone and the sacrum. And just really finding that roundedness. Feeling the bottom parts of the rib cage actually tuck in back towards the body. And then again, as you inhale, I want you to very gently, slowly elongate. And as you elongate, I want you to feel the sits bones press down into the earth. And I want you to continue to feel the front edge of the rib cage stay in neutral. It's not popping out and it's not specifically curling back. And then again, when you're ready, with your next inhale, I want you to gently pull that lower lumbar spine into a C curve. Your rib cage may pop out a little bit, that's fine. But I also want you to feel that you come all the way to the forward piece of the ischial-tuberosities, your sits bones. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, gently, slowly, I want you to roll all the way back, all the way down. Good. And then again, when you're ready, gently, slowly begin to find the neutrality, the neutral place. On this last piece, so you're still in neutral, I want you to really think about how you're engaging through your core, through the trunk, through the sides of the trunk, through the front of the trunk, and then also through the back of the trunk where it meets the spine. Been doing some reading about, it's very interesting that the pressure that we have inside can actually affect the level of movement, mobility that we have through our low back, and also affect whether or not we experience discomfort or pain through our low back. So one more time when you're ready, as you inhale. And then very gently, slowly as you exhale. And then once again, coming back to neutral, finding that space in the middle where the sits bones move down and you're feeling alignment. And just pause here. Allow your hands to again come back down, palms facing down. Take a moment to check in, making sure that the sits bones are feeling grounded to the earth. That rather than popping the front of the rib cage out, it is also in a line to the front of your pelvis. Take a moment as you're here experiencing this alignment between the front of the rib cage and the front of the pelvis to also play a little bit with the shoulders, and notice that as you begin to find this alignment through the center of the body, can you also find alignment in through the shoulders? Or do the shoulders want to tend to round forward in order to push the rib cage back? So it is this really interesting interplay of lots of different pieces of the puzzle, and just refining and helping them fit together a little bit tighter, right? This better connection will yield better movement patterns. And then from here, eyes can either open or continue to be closed. Gently roll that right or that left ear towards that left shoulder. And just gently notice what kind of tension you may be holding in through that right side of the neck down into the top, trapezius and supraspinatus. And then gently inhale, bring it back up. Again, just kind of playing with this idea of observation. Where are you? Through the center of the body. And then when you're ready, gently, slowly exhale, dropping that right ear over towards that right shoulder. And just take a moment to notice how the opening feels on this left side. There's lots of things that we do as we sleep that can either reinforce the movements that we make during the day, or can also begin to change them. When you're ready, gently, slowly bring that head up. When you're ready, I want you to feel the chin gently tip down towards the chest. And as you do that, stay very aware of the stacking mechanism coming from the hips to the rib cage to the shoulders. So you're only going to take your chin as far as is comfortable without rounding those shoulders forward. So instead, what we're going to do is we may tighten the tuck just a little bit and feel this a little bit more through the upper cervical spine. And as you do this tuck a little bit higher into the cervical spine, just notice if there's any kind of referral sensation that moves into the lower parts of the spine. And then gently, slowly release that. Take a moment to feel the head move back into neutral. Then I want you to take your first two fingers and I want you to find that spot that is where the earlobe meets the jaw. And gently press those two fingers up and into that spot. And just notice that there's tension there. And then allow it, take 3 cycles of breath right here. So that as you inhale, you very ever so slightly press in just a little bit more. And as you exhale, gently release the press. You're not releasing it totally. You're just coming back out of it a little bit. And then again, second breath. Gently press in just a hair bit. Exhale. Feel that pressure just release just a little bit. One more time. Slow, steady inhale. Exhale. Gently release the fingers. I want you to allow the jaw to move side to side and then open the jaw, stick out your tongue as wide as you can. So, and when you're ready, let's move into lion's mouth. And let that release. Take a moment to notice how things are feeling through the jaw. Again, first 2 fingers, and I want you to take them from where the earlobe and the jaw meet. And it's like coming up 1 finger's width so that you are resting that second finger just underneath your cheekbone. And just notice if you're holding pressure there. And again, just as we did before, 3 cycles of breath so that as you inhale, you're gently pressing in just a little bit more. Exhale, allowing that to release. Inhale, pressing in just a little bit. Exhale, allowing that to release. One more time. And just allowing that to release. And then let it go. One more time. Let's go ahead and open wide through the jaw, side to side, and then go ahead and do lion's breath again for lion's mouth. So when you're ready. And when you're ready, gently open that mouth as wide as you can, sticking out your tongue. Let it relax. And then come back in, first 2 fingers. And just gently feel, notice if the tension that was residing in through that jaw has begun to relax and release. The last piece I want you to do is take your thumbs, come back up to where the earlobe meets the jaw, and then just gently press the thumb into that. And you're going to very gently, very slowly draw down that upper edge of your jaw. And then allow the thumbs very slowly to work their way along that inner edge, the bottom edge of your jaw or your mandible. You've got all kinds of muscles that attach through the neck up into the lower part of the jaw. And it's really important that occasionally we take time to take care of these muscles as well. And very gently, slowly release that. Okay. Breathe. Take a moment to notice where you are. Are you still stacked, pressing sits bones down, feeling alignment between the front of the rib cage and the front of the pelvis. So just to play, we're going to go ahead and open again. Try moving back into our shoulders to see how that feels, or our neck. So when you're ready, gently, slowly allow that left ear to roll towards that left shoulder. And just notice if there's a difference there. Beautiful, good. If your body says yes, you're going to take that left hand, bring it up and over. Feel that gentle increase of opening. If your body says yes, that it needs this, gently press the head into the hand. This is a very small movement, you guys. This is not a lot of pressure. A lot of times we put a lot of pressure and we end up running right through what our body needs. And gently, slowly release the head, release the hand. Again, let the shoulders roll just a little bit. Okay. And now let's roll that right ear towards that right shoulder. And notice how we're doing on this side. When you're ready, if you choose, right hand comes up and over. Enjoy that increased opening. And gently you can press your head into your hand. And then gently release that. Let the shoulders roll. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to take our strap. And then we're going to straighten our legs because they haven't been straightened in a while. Also grab a block, please. So making sure that our hips stay higher than our knees, okay? Also pay attention to make sure that the knees don't feel like they're going to hyperextend. So again, we're working with this concept of feeling the sits bones press into the earth or press into our bolsters. You're going to use your block and you're going to place your block at the end of your feet. Okay. Once you've done that, I want you to take the strap, bring it around the block so that you can sit upright. So pretty much what we're doing is just starting with a little bit of an assisted Dandasana or an assisted staff. So Dandasana happens to actually be one of my most favorite, postures, believe it or not. And all you're doing is you're sitting like an L. So what I want you to do is I want you to, again, feel the sits bones press down. Okay. You're going to gently, there you go. But you got to do this. So this is where the fun part comes. So you're pulling with your arms, but you got to make sure that as you pull, you're not swaying into your back. Okay. Tendency is going to be to sway into the back. So instead, I want you to find that roundedness down through the sits bone and feel some length through the shoulders. Breathe. And take a moment to notice. You need to play a little bit with your pelvis here. Please play a little bit with your pelvis. There you go. Good. Nice. Very nice. Okay, good. Now I want you to allow that to release. What we're going to do next, I saw this actually on a YouTube video and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. So here's the deal. You're going to take your block. You get to decide how high your block is. You're going to place it approximately in the center, okay? You're going to let your hands come to your hips, right? So we're going to just kind of test and fire here. If this is too much lift for you, I want you to take your strap around the ball of your foot because you're going to help, but you're not allowed to lean back. You have to keep the spine long. Okay, so keeping the spine long, I want you to take a slow, steady inhale. You're going to pick your leg up and bring it over the block. Can you do that? Everybody do that? Yes? Because I can't see your block, so I need to have you tell me, nod your head or thumbs up. Okay, good. All right. So when you're ready, again, you're going to take this right leg or whichever leg went over the block, you're going to take it and bring it back over. Good. Okay, here we go. Now we get to do it with the other leg. So notice how this feels and if there's a difference between one side to the other. So when you're ready, keeping your torso upright, I want you to lift the leg and bring it up and over. Good. When you're ready, gently, slowly bring it back up and over. Good. Very nice. Okay. If that was fun, we're going to do one more. We're going to change the height. Move the block to the middle height. Okay. And again, be really aware of what you're doing through your pelvis. Okay, starting again with the right leg. When you're ready, you're going to bring it up and over. There you go, good. When you're ready, bring it back. Good. And now you're going to do the left leg. So when you're ready, up and over. Good. And bring it back. Ooh. Good. Shake those legs out. Yeah. Okay, I want everybody bending their knees a little bit. Okay, and I want you to squeeze your knees. You may come up onto your toes, that's fine, but I need to have you just squeeze your knees into the center of your body a little bit, or outside to side, but just allow your body to have a nice little squeeze. Good. Gently, slowly release. Okay, so what we're going to do from here is we're going to take our block again. Again, put it at the end of our feet. One more time, wrap the strap around the block. And this time we're going to move ourselves into Western facing pose, or Paschimottanasana. So this time, again, it's really important that you get grounded through the pelvis. You're gently holding onto the strap. This might be a very small movement, because I want this to come all the way down here where the hips and the legs meet. So this is where you're folding from. You're not rounding through the shoulders. So it may be a very small movement, and that's fine. Love the small movements, ladies. We love them, we love them, we love them. So when you're ready, slow, steady, gently draw yourself forward. And I want you to stop as soon as you feel this through the center of the thigh, the hamstring. Please don't take this to the point of where you're feeling it behind the knees. So again, just very small movement. And then gently, slowly release. I want you to take both straps in your right hand. Okay, you're going to inhale that left arm up. So you're still engaged through the legs just a little bit. And then when you're ready, I want you to gently, slowly open yourself to the left and breathe. Press gently in through the soles of the feet into the block. And now from here, inhale, bring that left arm back up. And gently use your right arm, roll yourself. So you are facing now towards the left, but you are rolling yourself down just a little bit. Inhale, let the arm come back down. One more cycle of breath. And then inhale, bring that arm all the way back up. Change sides. Left hand's going to hold on to the straps, the block, so that you've got some nice engagement through the feet. Inhale, sweep that right arm up. Exhale, gently, slowly open yourself to the right. Notice what your pelvis is doing. And if you need to fidget, please, 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 please fidget. One more cycle of breath right here. And then when you're ready, inhale, bring that right arm up, and then gently drawing with that left arm, roll yourself just a little bit forward, still facing towards the right. And then gently, slowly release, inhale up, and let it go down. Breathing, still facing towards the right. And then inhale, bring it all the way back up. Go ahead, take one hand on each strap, and then again, gently, slowly Draw yourselves into a very gentle Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Good. And then very gently release all of that. This time I want you to bend into the left knee and I want you to bring it up. So your foot is still resting up against the block. You're not necessarily putting any pressure on it, but it's there resting. I want you to take this right hand, bring it up. Exhale. I want you to go ahead and hold on to the outer part of that left leg. Very gently, you guys, you're going to take a slow, steady inhale. I want you to press down into the earth with the sits bones. And just begin to twist a little bit towards the left. As you do this, you may feel this left hip easing back a little bit. Please allow it. You may feel the right hip shifting forward a little bit. Please allow that. If you want to do one more thing, you can take this left hand that I'm waving at you and gently bring it around your back. So again, we're just moving into this very gentle space of twist. And then gently, slowly release this left hand. Inhale, bring it all the way back up and out. Good. Release that left leg. Okay. Let that left foot play with the block and then gently bring that right leg up. This time, left hand comes up. Exhale, gently wrap it around. You guys pay very close attention to what your body's doing as you're twisting. You may find some very subtle differences between your body as you move. So very gently, very slowly, you're just bringing your torso, feeling that ease through the hips. So on this side, you may feel that left hip and pelvis gently begin to ease forward as you're yearning that foot into the block. You may find that that left hip or that right hip is gently coming back a little bit. That's great. Remember, we're just working to keep everything long and centered. I'm waving at you with my right hand. If that hand feels like it would like to go behind, please allow it to do so. And then very gently, slowly release and feel that body unwind. There we go. Good. Nice. Okay, you're going to come forward. Take your block. Place your block so that it's going to rest underneath that right knee. There we go. Good. So now we have a little bit more space. Okay. Here you've got a couple options. If you want to, you can bend the knee and come down so that the sole of the foot is down on the floor. If that feels like that's going to be easier for you. Or you're going to extend through that left leg once again and wrap around the ball of the foot and then just very gently hold that left leg in extension with that left hand. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fold gently between our right leg and our left leg. So when you're ready, slow, gentle inhale. Feel those sits bones ground into the earth, and then coming from these hip bones, gently, slowly begin to pull forward. Again, when you can feel the activity through the main piece of the hamstring, please pause. From here, what I want you to do is very gently, very slowly, begin to start tipping your torso up towards the ceiling. As you do this, what's going to happen is that this left hip and leg are going to start pushing forward. Please allow them to push. If your hand is suddenly, you've got a little bit more space, you can grab that and gently draw that closer to the foot, but you're turning your torso ever so slightly to the right. If it gets to the point where you can comfortably rest that left forearm on top of the left shin, that's great. And then you're going to take that right arm, bring it up and over, and breathe gently into that right side body. Slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale. And then when you're ready, gently bring that right arm up. Gently take the torso, bring it untwisted back down. And then ever so slowly, allow your body to fold forward. Again, stopping when you feel the sensation through the center of the hamstring. And you can place your hands either in front on the block, wherever's comfortable. And then very gently, very slowly release that. Inhale, bring it back up. Yum. Okay, we're going to release the strap. We're going to go ahead and bring that right leg up and back down. We're going to move our block over to the other side, but we're going to have a small back bend because you've been doing a lot of forward folding and twisting. So I want you to bend into the knees. I want you to bring your hands behind and just take a moment right here. And I want you to take those inner edges of the shoulder blades and just very gently begin to squeeze them together. Lifting our heart towards the ceiling, just making it so easy because all we're doing is just squeezing those inner edges of the shoulder blades together. Now, if your body says yes, I want you to spread wide through those toes, round a little bit more through the soles of the feet, and I want you to lift your hips up just a little bit. So we're not even doing a full upward facing table. We're just coming up a little bit. Now, as you do this, I want you to play with your pelvis. So I want you to focus on bringing the front of the pelvis a little bit up. So you're literally tucking your tailbone under just a little bit and squeezing a little bit more into the glutes. Breathe. Gazes to the ceiling. Please make sure that you're not putting any undue stress on the neck. Then gently, slowly lower those sits bones back down. Lengthen yourself back up and roll into those shoulders a little bit. Roll into the neck a little bit, just checking in, making sure, noticing how we're doing. And now we're going to come back. That was a pause from our back sponsor. Now we're moving into the next posture. So lengthen through the right leg. Bring this left leg in. Okay. Again, you have your block ready. You're going to just turn that left leg out. Okay. Strap, this time around the ball of the right foot. Gently hold on to the strap. So on this side, please make sure that you're coming from a space where the sits bones are grounding into the earth. Lots and lots of grounding straight down. Don't anteriorly tilt. Okay, so from here, we're going to just begin by gently coming down from right here, where the legs meet the pelvis. This is where you hinge from. Shoulders remain relaxed. You're going to be using this right arm just a little bit, but you're just very gently taking yourself only as far as is comfortable. So what you're looking for is some sensation through the hamstring, through the center of the muscle. Breathe. Now, when you're ready, I want you to take this upper chest and you're very gently going to begin to open yourself towards the left. And as you do this, notice that this right shoulder is gently turning down. Eventually, you could potentially walk your hand closer to your foot, and you could also rest that forearm on the top of the shin. And again, you're only taking this as far as is comfortable. So right now, we're just very gently turned out towards the left. And then when you're ready, inhale, sweep that left arm all the way up and over, and then just breathe really deeply. Right here. Making sure that you're grounding, making sure that you're really deeply breathing into that left side, feeling all of that opening that's right there, which for most of us happens to be a lot. And then when you're ready, very gently, very slowly, release that left arm. Take the chest and gently, once again, point it down. And again, as long as your body says yes, you're going to gently bring yourself back in to that forward fold in between the left leg and the right leg. And slowly observing, gently observing, noticing the difference. And then when you're ready, gently release, bring yourself back up. How are we doing, you guys? How does that feel? Good. Yeah, awesome. All right, so one more time. I want you to go ahead this time, allow the legs to come forward and just kind of hang out for a moment. Take a moment and reconnect into the sit bones dropping straight down into the earth. Connect into where the fronts of the rib cage are in response to the front of the pelvis. Let your hands come to rest, palms face up. Let your eyes gently close, and I want you just to feel your body right here. Notice if by sitting this way, you find yourself in a state of tension rather than relaxation. So again, all we're doing is observing. This is not about making any kind of judgment. And then when you're ready, gently, slowly open your eyes. Place your hands underneath your knees. One more time, I want you to bring the feet in. Hands are going to come behind. We're just going to kind of make sure that we're balancing our spine, asking it to move in all directions. So when you're ready, press down through the feet, squeeze into those glutes, and gently lift the hips up off. Again, small movement, breathe. Notice if you feel a difference because we did not squeeze our inner edges of our shoulder blades together first. So that y'all can feel it, gently drop those hips back down. One more time, I want you to squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together. Now on the exhale, squeeze through the glutes and gently lift up. If your body says yes and wants to go into a full reverse tabletop, allow it. If it wants to just make a small movement, allow it. One more cycle of breath. And then very gently, very slowly, begin to bring yourself back down. Good. And roll those shoulders, roll those wrists. Okay, so making sure that we have happy wrists, you guys. We move them in so many different directions. What you're going to do is you're going to take your left wrist into flexion, and I want you to place the right hand on top. You're not going to actually move the wrist, but I want you to press that left wrist into your right hand. And let that relax, and then roll. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing. Take that right hand into flexion, or right wrist into flexion. Left hand comes on top. Gently press. Make sure you're breathing as you do this. And then let it relax, roll. Okay, now we're going to take the left hand into extension. Right hand comes in front of the fingers. And let it cover just a little bit of the palm. So it's like fingers down to this upper piece of your palm. Gently press. Breathe. Let it relax. Move. Okay, flexion into the right hand. Left hand comes across. It's going to cover this upper part. And then in the fingers. When you're ready, gently press. Good. Keep breathing. Let it relax. Let it release. There we go. La, la, la. How does that feel? A little bit better? Yes? Yeah. Okay, good. All right. We're going to play more with our shoulders. Yay! Go team. I know that you guys are so excited because it's your favorite thing to do. Okay, here we go. Keep your block handy. Just place it over to the side. We're going to come on to our hands and knees. So we're bringing ourselves into tabletop. Please make sure, you guys, since we're going to be moving around on our knees a little bit, that if knees are a little grumpy or a little tender, love on them and put some extra padding under them. All right, so again, from tabletop. Oh, I want you to play a little bit. So this is a little warm up. And again, if the flexion today is or extension today is too much, just do soft fists, okay? Or place that blanket so that you don't have such a big angle of extension. So here's what I want you to do. We're going to, normally we make these really big movements. Instead, what I want us to do today is see how it feels if we move small. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to start with that right hip, and I want you to feel that right hip as you engage through the glutes. So I'm engaging through my right glute, and I'm gently, slowly bringing that right hip up towards my right rib cage. Now, as soon as I feel any kind of tug, pull, or sensation anywhere within this line, and it could also show up on the left side, I'm going to just stop. Once I've given it a full contraction, then I'm going to very gently, very slowly allow it to release and allow my pelvis to come back into neutral. From here, what I want you to do is, again, you're focusing through the lumbar spine, is I want you to begin to drop that tailbone, and I want you to find that opening through the lumbar spine. As soon as, so what's happening is you're actually pulling through the front part of your core. So as soon as you feel that sensation, you're going to pause. And then very gently, very slowly, after you engage that sensation, you're going to let your pelvis come back to neutral. And it may feel like everything is creeping. It's moving so slowly, and that's fine. The next piece I want you to do engage that left hip. So you may be squeezing through your glute a little bit, and you're engaging through that left lateral core to draw that left hip up towards that left rib cage. And again, as soon as you begin to feel sensation, you're going to stay engaged, but you're going to pause where you feel that sensation. And then you're going to let it relax. So you're going to relax the glute, relax that lateral body, and allow that pelvis to creep its way back to the neutral posture. And then finally, what you're going to do once your pelvis has creeped back to the neutral posture is I want you to squeeze through both glutes, and I want you to feel those low back muscles through the glutes pull towards that lumbar spine and gently create a little bit of arch and a little bit of pelvic tilt, moving in the opposite direction. So now we're working on making a concave arc. And then once you feel that engagement, I want you to completely relax it. And again, allow that low back to creep back to normal. Once that low back creeps back to normal, you're going to shift your body weight, bring yourself up onto your knees, shake out your wrists, because that was a long time to be on your wrists. So just shake it out. Let the movement move all the way up through the shoulders. There we go, good. Okay, let the hands come to the hips. We're going to start with that left leg forward. So gently shift your body weight over to that right leg and step that left leg forward. Okay. So from here, as long as your body says yes, you're going to allow the front of the hip to open. Oh yeah. Breathe. And if your body says yes, you're going to grab your block, place it to the inside. Well, before you do that, if you're going to make this next set of movements, I want you to sidestep. So you're going to come up onto the ball of the foot with the left leg, and then sidestep that left foot out 1 foot width. Now you're going to bring in the block. As long as your body says yes, you can either keep it on its highest level and just place fingertips here. If your body says yes, you're going to begin to come down onto the block. And breathe. So basically what we're doing is we're getting a really nice, slow opening through our hip flexors and through our quadricep muscles. If your body says yes, I want you to engage through these quadricep muscles and gently lift your knee up off the mat. And when you're ready, as you exhale, gently, slowly drop that knee back down. If your body says yes, you can come from the highest setting on your block and come down to the middle setting on your block. And again, gently breathe. And if you feel like this is putting too much torque on this left knee, please don't do it, okay? Once again, only if your body says yes, do you gently engage through the quadriceps and lift the knee. Does not need to be a big movement, you guys. This can be a millimeter up, and it can just be the feeling of engagement. Gently, slowly lower down. Okay. Now, to bring ourselves back up, we're going to do so with care. So you're going to come back onto the highest height. Okay. Leave that there. And now what I want you to do is shift the hips back. Curl underneath the toes. You've got your block there. So if and only if your body says yes, right? So always be mindful of what's going on in your knee. You're going to squeeze through this right glute and gently bring yourself up. Ah, beautiful. Nicely done. Woo, look at you go. Good, good. All right, here we go. Balance. What I want you to do, if possible, take that right foot, drop it down. Oh, big movement. That turns your pelvis. Woo! That turns your pelvis forward. I love it. Thank you. We have a little bit of roller derby going on the yoga mat. Fabulous. Okay, if you're ready, you guys, I know I'm asking you a lot today. What you're going to do, if your body says yes, from this posture, which is the basis for warrior two, turn and come back onto those toes. So you're bringing your pelvis back forward, coming back into your lunge. If your body says yes, come back down onto the knee. Oh, this is a lot. Come back down onto your foot. Step, oh so gratefully, that left foot back. Ha! Yay, how are we doing? Yes? Okay, go team. All right, now for something, this is another little commercial break from our legs. What I want you to do is slide yourself back down onto tabletop, and now I want you to come down onto your forearms. Oh, we love this. We are very happy here. Okay, you've got two options. I want you just first to play with the hips, moving them forward, moving them back. If your body needs rest, you're going to stay with your knees on the mat. If your body says, no, I want to engage my core a little bit more, you're going to just lift those knees just a half inch or an inch. And then gently again, bring the body forward, bring the body back. One more time, bring the body forward. Good. Bring the body back. Nice. Bring the knees back down to the floor. From here, your choice, child's pose or puppy. Please take what feels best. So if knee flexion is an issue, you're going to keep your hips high. Arms are wider than shoulder width. If knees are not an issue, you can work your hips back towards your heels. And breathe. Let everything open. If you want to work this a little bit more through the shoulders, you can bring your fingertips up into spider fingers. Gently, slowly release. You're going to slide those hands in, come back up onto your knees. And now we're going to go ahead and do the other side. So again, you have your block, it's handy. Okay. You know what, I think I messed up. Is that right? No, that's right. Okay, here we go, sorry. I have my sides a little bit messed this morning. Apologies. Okay, here we go. So coming from knees, I want you to shift your body weight into that left side. Let's step that right knee forward. Okay. So you guys, please understand that just because we did it really easily on one side, this side might not go so easy, or this might be the easier side. So just notice that. If we had a little bit of tumbling and roller derby action on the other side, you grab a chair. Okay. All right, here we go. So first piece, you're going to let the hips just gently, slowly slide forward. And just kind of observe how your body feels on this side. Breathe. Finding that really yummy opening through the front side of the body. Beautiful. Oh, good. And everybody's knees look fabulous. Love the knee and ankle stack. Oh, you. Good. All right. From here, take your block. And just as we did on the other side, I want you to come up onto the ball of the foot, side step that right foot out the width of 1 foot. Bring your block in. Highest side. Gently bring your hands to the inside. And breathe. Just allowing everything to open really gently to the front. Now, when you're ready, if your body says yes, all you're going to do is engage through those quadricep muscles and lift the knee. And again, it does not need to be a big lift. Gently, slowly let it come down. If at any time this feels like it's too much, please bring yourself back out. From here, if your body says yes, you're going to come down to the middle space on your block. Breathe here, letting everything open. And again, only if your body says yes, are you going to go ahead, engage through the quadriceps and lift the knee. Also helps to squeeze the glutes a little bit. Gently, slowly allow that to relax. Okay, from here, making sure that you are loving your body, you are going to come back onto the highest piece of your block. And then from there, gently, slowly bring yourself back up. Now, if you need to, you can sidestep that right foot back in. Block is still here in case you need it for balance. If your body says yes, now that you've got your pelvis and everything back, you're going to curl underneath those left toes, okay? When you're ready, if your body says yes, you're going to gently bring yourself up into lunge. There you go, good, nice, very nice. Now, if your body says yes, you're going to plant that left foot and spin those hips open. Ah, beautiful. Yes, go you. Very nicely done. Beautiful, beautiful. How does this feel, everybody? We doing okay? Good. All right. Here we go. From here, if your body says yes, this is whole left limb moving. You're going to come back up onto the balls of the feet at the left, spin that hip back forward, then back into the knee, come down. Good. And now your body's going to go, please. You're going to bring that right foot back. There we go. Yummy, yummy. Okay, a little bit of side to side movement through the hips. Go team. All right, and guess what? We get to do another commercial break. Let's go back, tabletop. Okay. Now for just a little bit more shoulders. So here's, again, you're going to come down onto your forearms. You can either repeat what it is that we did the first time, or we're going to go ahead and work this into a full dolphin. So please, please, please pay attention to what your body wants to do. So from here, you can interlace your fingers. For me, I get a little bit of a better support system if I make my elbows just a little bit more narrow rather than stack them underneath my shoulders. Oh my God. So please do what feels best for you. You're going to curl. I want you to draw your knees forward just a little bit and curl underneath your toes. When you're ready, if you're going into full dolphin, you're going to just gently press down through the feet. Walk those feet in just a little bit. And breathe. Now, here comes the fun part, you guys. Because this is a shorter lever, right? You are only using half of your arm because half of it is resting on the mat. It's a lot easier to connect into the shoulder blades. So here's what I want you to do. While you're here in dolphin, I want you to see if you can take those lower edges of the shoulder blades and actually pull them towards your waist. You may find that as you're pulling them towards your waist, it actually brings your head a little bit closer to your hands. That's fine. I want you to feel this activation through your back, which is also going to help grumpy shoulders. And then gently, slowly, you're going to release that. Bend into the knees. And bring yourself back into either puppy pose or child's pose. So please take what feels best. And imagine me there gently pressing my hands on the back of the pelvis to help you stretch that lower lumbar spine down the neck. One more cycle of breath right here. Okay, and then one more time. You're either going to take first variation or we're coming back for a second set of dolphin. Okay, so arrange your forearms and your hands. Adjust your knees so that your toes can easily curl under. When you're ready, slow, steady inhale, exhale, press up. Readjust your feet if you choose. They should be about hip distance apart, and you should be grounded through the ball of the foot. Here we go. One more time. I want you to feel those lower edges of the shoulder blade draw down towards your waist. Press down through the forearms if you want to add just one more little element to it. If you want to add a little bit of balance, shift your body weight over into the right foot, lift the left. Flexing through the foot, gently bring that left foot down. Shift the body weight into the left foot, lift the right. Gently bring it back down. And bend into the knees, release. One last time, taking either puppy pose or bringing yourself back into child's pose. From here, gently draw the hands back in by your knees, gently press yourself up. We're going to finish our Savasana today with a little bit of a restorative pose. So you can either do this flat on the ground, or because what we did was we just really activated our shoulders, and I want them to have a nice long opening, okay? You can use your blanket. So either bolster or blanket, whichever feels best. I do want you to keep your block handy because I would like you to have your head higher than your shoulders. So you can also do this with a pillow. So you can take this with your blankets or your bolsters. You're going to line them up on your mat. Can everybody see that? How many layers you choose is completely up to you. My body tends to like 2, but everybody's body is different. Okay. Once you have that, you're going to go ahead and take your block and place it about where you think your head's going to rest. Now, you're going to bring your sit bones and the back of your pelvis to the very edge of your mats or your blankets or your bolster, okay? Knees are usually bent to begin, and then very gently, slowly roll yourself onto your little nest, okay? And what this does is this just allows the entire shoulder girdle to relax and open up. And since we just did a whole bunch of work in the shoulder, this is a really great way to just let it creep and open. You can either keep your knees bent, you can extend your legs, or you can gently bend into the knees and bring the soles of your feet together into a cobbler's pose variation. So it's whatever feels best for you. Let your eyes close. Let your body soften. Feel your body release. And know that just because you start with one posture, your body may need something different. So if you start with legs and cobblers and then you want your legs to extend, that's fine. Just feel everything soften. Feel everything begin to release and relax. Beautiful. Very nicely done, y'all. Take a moment to thank your body for your practice, for your breath, and then allow your body to surrender to the mat, to the posture, to the relaxation. Very gently, very slowly, begin to find your way back. Allow your body to find fingers and toes, hands and feet, and then gently allow that awareness to come up through the bones of the body. Allow it to come back into the breath and take a full deep inhale and exhale through the nose. Bringing fresh life, fresh prana back into your system. If your body says yes, with your inhale, gently stretch your arms up over your head, lengthen. And then exhale, let that soften, bringing the arms down by the side, the knees into the chest, and give yourself a very gentle, loving hug. When you're ready, roll yourself onto whichever side feels best. And then one last time, gently press yourself back to a seated position and let your hands come back to your heart. Okay. Thank you all so profoundly much for making time for yourselves, making time for your practice. As always, it is an honor to get to be part of your day. I honor the divine in you, that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us.
Namaste. And may the blessings be.